Welcome back, Shalligators. All right, I give in. Today we are talking about Diddy. The trial is underway. It's the fuck aroundiest of times. It's the find outiest of times for Diddy, and good. I heard he was raised Catholic, and I hope he believes in hell because that's where he's headed. But you know, what if I told you that all of the tactics Diddy used for manipulation and control and power, what if I told you that they are the undisputed blueprint for you to radically change your life and become untouchable? But I can tell you how to do it without becoming a monster. So today we're gonna break down the Predator's playbook for the good girls gone cunning. Because look, power isn't evil, misusing it is. So if you're gonna play the game, you might as well know the rules. So sit back, relax, grab a poison goblet of wine and give it to your favorite frenemy. Remember, I'm the girl who does Evil Week. I don't know what else you expected from me, but listen, speaking of Evil Week, I usually do it around, Halloween, but I'm feeling ruthless and menacing now that I'm back from my trips. So I was kind of thinking of doing a mid-year Evil Week. What would you guys think about Cruel Summer? When I say that, what comes to mind? What topics centered around being a little less than angelic, shall we say, come up for you this time of year? Is it a ruthless glow up? Is it taking control of a friend group? Is it making sure that you get all the best invites no matter what? Is it about social climbing? Guys, you tell me. I am here to serve you, okay? But before we get started, ladies, I just have to say, I got back from my Paris trip with you girls a few days ago. It was spectacular. It was the best. And the girls kept saying that their favorite part of the trip, we went to Paris and Provence, we went to Versailles and Eiffel Tower. I mean, we did it all. They kept saying that their favorite part was just the vibing, getting to take a brain vacation. The biggest decision I made these girls make, red wine, white wine, or rosé. And 9 times out of 10, they're like, I don't care. And just have you chill out. And your only goal is to bond with other girls, take some pretty pics if you want, and just soak it in. So listen, I curate these experiences for you. We've got 2 more this year. We're going to the French Riviera in September. There's, I think, 1 spot left. It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be glamorous and exciting and energetic and beautiful and elite and luxurious. So if that is what you have been needing in your life, that Pinterest perfect girls getaway, this is for you. If you want something a little bit more intellectually stimulating, you know I'm into history and art, come with me to Italy this fall. We are going to the Vatican, it's a Jubilee year, huge deal. Florence, Rome, the hills of Tuscany, chateaus, wine, pasta classes, art history, and of course, the girl vibes. Like the bonding that happens on those like big city trips are just on a completely different level. Like we get so deep. There's so much bonding and crying. Like I just love it. So we've got a few spaces still open for that. Links to both right down below because this is your life and you deserve to live it. Stop apologizing for wanting the best of everything. You deserve the best. All right, let's get into Diddy. Here's what we know so far about this man. He's a demon from hell. He's a pig from hell. He's a garbage pig. Garbage man. I shouldn't say that because pigs are wonderful. So we're on like day 2 or 3 of the trial. As I'm recording this, Cassie testified. Poor little lamb. I mean, your heart breaks for her. And I look at her husband, who was Diddy's trainer, as just being very brave to stand up to this man and to get her out of the situation and to help encourage her out of the situation. And I'm not trying to be like, won't someone think of the men? I'm not trying to do that. But I do think he deserves like some huge applause here. And I'm thrilled for them that they've built this beautiful little life together and she's pregnant with her 3rd baby. But the things she was sharing on the stand were horrific. And not just what she was sharing, like the emotional abuse, the physical abuse, the fact that she couldn't even focus on doing music because she was almost in constant recuperation from these like days-long freak off. I hate that this term is in our vocabulary. I felt this way about the term lip kit. I hate it. And consciously uncoupled? Yeah, why do we have to know about a freak off? Why can't we just call it a demented sex party orgy? Why not? Gross. And listen, I'm very pro orgy, you know? Great. We love just get weird. Who cares? This is beyond that. you know? And this is what Diddy is trying to say this whole time. This is all consensual. This is all consensual. I just did the Meghan McCain podcast. Go check it out. She's wonderful. Love her. It was great. It was wonderful, like girl gang vibes. Love her. She's like, I hope you come back. I'm like, I would go to a public execution with you, Meghan. We were talking about Diddy. And I was like, what stands out to me is that this man took this to trial. Like, this is bananas to me. This is crazy that this man is like, I think I can win this. Oh, what's that you say? A male escort is going to get on the stand and say he was paid to pee in my... Cassie's mouth. Oh! That's going to come out? Whatever. And I should invite my whole family, and I'm going to make them sit in the courtroom and listen to this. The fucking hubris, the arrogance of this man to take this to trial. You know what I mean? What? To me, that's all I need to know. That is the only thing I need to know about his character. Hang him high. Like, this is so insane to me that he would take this to trial and think he could win. And I love the people are like, well, he's got good lawyers. Oh yeah, they represented Scott Peterson, the Menendez brothers. They'd be in jail. Like, they're literally in jail. I think one is a Garagos who repped OJ. He got off, but what? And I touched on this in Meghan's podcast, but like, she brought up Harvey Weinstein because she's like, yeah, Harvey Weinstein like took it to trial. It's crazy. To me, the Weinstein trial and the Weinstein accusations, and by the way, tell me what you thought of Candace Owens' whole series on this. I didn't watch it because I hate him and I don't need to feel any sympathy. No. To me, Weinstein's issues boil down basically to fraud. I mean, when you think about it, if these women were promised these huge A-list careers, they sleep with this sentient beanbag chair of a man, and then they didn't get that part? What? To me, that's fraud. That's breach of contract. That's what I think those trials should have been about. And I think the best, if you are going to defend Diddy in any category, like in any way, shape, or form, I think that would be as hard as you could go. It's like, listen, he is at worst guilty of fraud. He told Cassie she's got a 10-album deal. Where are those fucking albums? Where are those albums? Told her she was going to be a big star. That's part of the coercion. That's part of the grooming. She's not a big star. She's a star in relation to Diddy. Let's all be honest about that. She wasn't even a one-hit wonder. I cannot name her songs. I don't know what they were. She is gorgeous, and she probably could have been a big star. But like, to me, again, if you're going to like defend this man in any possible fashion, it's, well, okay, fine, he's guilty of defaulting on a contract. But to make the case that like, oh, this was all consensual, then why is everyone here, dude? I'm very curious. Is there anyone out there who believes he's innocent? Genuinely, like, are any of you like, you know what? I think that people actually were completely willing to do this. My counter to that is, I don't think you've ever been in an abusive relationship. And hey, I'm glad that you haven't. I'm glad. Until you have, you really cannot comprehend it. I am an extremely mentally strong person. I am. There's a lot of emotions that I don't feel, so when people prey upon them, I'm like, you're a fucking predator. Guess what? So am I. Like, a lot of tricks simply don't work on me. But even I have been in a physically abusive relationship. I've been in an emotionally abusive relationship too. And of course, the physical one was also emotionally abusive. And it's like, no one hits you on the first date, right? No one calls you a fat, dumb slut. I'm gonna kill you. The second brunch, it is so incredibly gradual. It is so incredibly gradual. And you normalize things bit by bit by bit by bit. We see this on the macro. I was having a conversation the other day with the guy I'm dating, and we were talking about like Nazi Germany. And he's like, I just don't understand how those people were, like how Hitler got people on board with basically a genocide. I'm like, bit by bit, scapegoating. Demonizing, like constantly just, it's 1 degree at a time. It's 1 degree at a time. He was Time Magazine's Man of the Year in 1936. Not because he was like, guess who's coming for a genocide. He started out normal. It's the frog in the pot. If that can happen with an entire nation, you think it can happen on an individual level? And this is why I love history and looking at things, because we've seen this shit before. Any dynamic we're experiencing in our life, we have seen it in the lives of other people from the past, and probably in like nations and empires in the past. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Which brings me to our topic today. How to be evil and get away with it. Listen, you know, I am the girl who does Evil Week. A lot of really dastardly stuff I talk about, not because I want you, excuse me, to be going out there and say cheating and getting away with it. I want you to have eyes on the tactics that other people are using against you. Forewarned is forearmed. And if you pretend like, well, no one out there is doing it, or it's very few people, if they are doing it, it's not on purpose. The fuck it isn't. Of course it is. Of course it is. What do you think? They have it written down, a plan? Sometimes, yes. Yes. Maybe someone's grand plan isn't to hurt you. It doesn't need to be for you to be collateral damage, much like a drunk driver. They're not planning on hitting you. Doesn't mean it isn't possible, doesn't mean there's no consequences. Their plan is power. And believe me, that's very strategic and thought out. You are just the thing that gets crushed under the wheels. Oh well, in every war, there are casualties. That's how people like Diddy think about everyone else. We are not humans. We are characters in his play. He is the one on stage. Everyone else is just part of the cast of characters to be written in or written out as he sees fit. And when someone is no longer useful, they're eliminated. This is a boss, you might know. This is an ex-boyfriend. This might even be someone in your family or your friend group. So are you going to be prey to these people for the entire rest of your life? Or are you going to be predator? Are you going to be a beast of equal measure? So when they encounter you, they look at you and they don't see an easy mark. They see 1-to-1, and they don't fuck with you. That's the point. I don't have a lot of evil people in my life at this point, because a predator crosses me and they're like, nope, 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 nope. That's another great white shark. I'm gonna go for the little seal sunning itself on a rock. I am going to teach you how to be that apex predator. What you choose to do with this information is up to you. I'm gonna tell you what Diddy does and how you can spin that into something that is useful and power gaining, but not like outright evil. Unless of course you wanna be evil, do whatever you want, I don't care. Because I know that your version of evil is gonna be like, I didn't put 10 exclamation points in that email. Fuck you, Janet and HR. Like, that's gonna be your version of evil. It's not like, I think I will start a cult. If you do start one, please invite me. I've always wanted to be part of a cult. All right, let's unpack the Predator's playbook. First things first, choose the right victim, right? Diddy didn't target like Celine Dion to run this bullshit on. I don't even think J-Lo was involved in all of this stuff. And we talked about this on Megan's podcast too. Like, J-Lo had a little too much clout already going on. Like, she was already a star in and of herself. And I made the example with Megan. I'm like, you hear all the time about serial killers who have wives, and these wives have no idea. It's giving Marie Antoinette, right? They have no idea what's going on because the husband knows she's not going to be party to this. She will be a liability to my evil scheme. She will not be an asset to my evil scheme. She won't help further this enterprise. He targeted a teenager. He targeted a young, sexually inexperienced woman with no ties in the industry, no one to back her up. I don't know what her family background is, but I mean, her last name isn't Rothschild, right? Who the fuck is she compared to him? The head of Bad Boy Records and all these ventures and just the chin. Where is his foundation for chin implants? I don't know. I just don't know. So he targeted the right victim, right? Someone who was just kind of a babe in the world, who didn't have a lot of life experience and therefore didn't know what to contrast a predator against. She hadn't encountered enough people in her life to understand this type of person is bad. These behaviors are red flags that add up to XYZ. These type of people, green flags, good behaviors. That actually doesn't add up to anything. It's just a weird quirk. She couldn't see around corners. That's the point. That's the point. And I have always been very like poo-poo about large age differences with men and women, with men being the older ones. If women are older, have fun, queen. Women don't have the ability to sexually traumatize men in the same way that men can sexually traumatize women. Don't get in the fucking comments about this. You will never change my mind. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous assertion. It's a ridiculous assertion. Okay? Anyway, when you see those kinds of age gaps, you have to ask yourself, does that man want a partner or does he want a fan? Does he want a girlfriend or does he want a pet? Does he just want a little pet? Why can't he compete with women his own age? And I know you're like, you've always dated younger guys. I enjoyed the power I had over them. Like, real talk. It takes a thief to catch a thief. Like, this is why I'm qualified to give this information. I understand it from the inside out. I don't date young guys anymore. I'm such a good girl. But yeah, for a long time, I wasn't really interested in an equal partner. I wanted to kind of have the upper hand. In an evil, nefarious way? No. But just in a, I kind of want to get my way all the time, princessy way. And it's not great. It's not great. So beware of these kinds of age gaps. Because yeah, Diddy wasn't targeting a woman his own age or older. He was going for someone young. What is the ethical spin on this for you? If you are looking for power or social ascension, you got to kind of pick the weak link. Not because I'm going to destroy them and hire male escorts to do unspeakable things. No, but because they're going to be more malleable. This means in your office, don't try to befriend the boss. Don't try to befriend the head of your division or the head of HR. Try to befriend like the girl who's maybe one step below the position you're gunning for. Then you're going to use her to get information about that position. What does it take to be the beauty director? You're just a beauty intern. Wow, like how many hours does she work? What kind of contacts does she have? You are trying to essentially gain knowledge and information from this person. You're not trying to destroy them or step on them on your way to the top. I mean, if you have, it's a cold world, right? I'm a New Yorker. You're trying to find out what they know and get closer to your target objective, which is a consolidation of power, whether that's social, career, romantic, whatever it is. So how does this work in a social dynamic? If you're trying to infiltrate a group, don't go for the queen bee. I always say go for the vice bee. Go for like the second in command. Go for someone kind of on the fringes who either they're going to be looking for an ally because they kind of feel like maybe a little bit of an outcast compared to the Regina George. They're Gretchen Wieners. Go for Gretchen Wieners. Befriend her. And then you guys can form a little clique. You can discard Gretchen and keep moving yourself up the ladder. You go for Regina. I mean, you better not miss. It's a much harder lift, whereas if you go for someone who's the Gretchen Wieners, you can kind of infiltrate on the back end with much less effort and really ingratiate yourself. And again, learn the dynamics of the group you're trying to infiltrate. Learn the dynamics of whatever power structure you are trying to take over. Second thing Diddy did, love bombing. I'm sure that he was sending her gifts and flowers and cars and trips. 10 record deal. Who the fuck has 10 albums? Who gets a 10 album deal? Has Taylor Swift even put out 10 albums? Like that's an insane thing, but that speaks to the love bombing. You have a 22-year-old who is an unknown and you have the biggest guy in this music space saying, I believe you will do more than 10 albums. We just want you for the first 10. You are that much of a superstar. You are that special. Who can resist someone who is telling them those things? Who can look at someone who is number one, powerful, who knows special when they see it, ostensibly? Who can resist that ego gratification of, I see something in you that I've never seen in anyone or anything? I'm in the Hollywood spaces, I do TV shows, I have been told this, and it binds you to someone, and I was not 22, okay? It binds you to someone in a way that, again, is hard to understand if you haven't experienced it. Have you ever had the really hot guy compliment you? You're obsessed. You're obsessed from then on. Okay, how do you use this to your advantage? Again, in not a non-evil way. Build allies strategically. Pick the targets and overwhelm them. But like not in a stalkery way. You're going to be above and beyond sweet. Hey girl, I know you just got back from that business trip. Let me bring over a lasagna. That's so You are trying to build rapport and create allies, but you are also going to hold your boundaries. You're gonna have boundaries. You're gonna have boundaries for yourself. You're gonna have boundaries for how love bomby you're gonna get with these people. Like, no, you're not gonna completely ingratiate yourself with this person's family or like sit in on all the meetings. There are going to be boundaries because you're not trying to entrap. You're not trying to destroy someone. You're trying to captivate. That's the difference. You wanna overwhelm in terms of charm, warmth, and access to you. I'm a very warm person. I mean, I just like am by nature, but it's kind of the secret sauce in my life and my career. I love things hard. I hate things hard. And I kind of like maybe unintentionally love bomb. I don't do it with predatory intent at all. But like when I love a friend, I'm like, oh my God, you're the best. What can I do to help you? How can we build this rapport? Do you want to come to this thing with me? I've got an extra ticket. What you're basically doing by controlled love bombing is demonstrating appreciation. Again, like with Cassie, who doesn't want to feel seen? Who doesn't want to have it validated? I see the specialness inside you and I am here to make it happen. I am going to be your Tinkerbell. I am gonna wave a wand over you and everything that you've always wanted from your life, I'm gonna help get you. This is very effective on people on an interpersonal level. Hey, I see how hard you're working on that project for Mr. Abernathy. What can I do to help? Like, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do in the meeting? I'm gonna make sure he knows this was your project and not Jeff's. I got you, girl. No, I got you. Do you know how much loyalty that creates? Wow, that girl's in my corner. She's not trying to compete with me. There's nothing nefarious about her motives. And maybe there's not. But it's always good to have someone in your pocket. It's always good for someone to owe you one. It's always good for people to think, you know what? Shallon is a rider. And so if she needs something from me, I'm gonna pull up for her. And again, like, that's a great thing. That there doesn't have to be something like weird and evil below that. That is what you want people to think of you. And I bet there's a lot of ways you can demonstrate that seeing, I see you, girl, that value in someone's life, that charm and that warmth for like non-evil reasons. I think that is simply how you should just move through the world. But do not do it at the expense of you, because then all of this is gonna backfire, right? If you become the martyr, if you become the people pleaser, oh, I'll finish your project for you. Oh, I'll come over and cook for your family. People smell that as desperation. They're disgusted. And all of this will work against you. It has to be given and then you recede. It has to feel like it's something you are bestowing on them. Not that you're like bleh, just panic barfing out all over them because you're desperate to be liked. And this, finding that delicate balance, well, it takes practice. So this is why you need to workshop these methods all the time on everyone. Because someday, something is gonna come down the pipeline, an opportunity, a friend group, a guy, and it is fucking go time. And you are going to be so thrilled that you are well-versed in this blueprint of power and that this isn't your first rodeo. And you know, my last Evil Week was about the art of social climbing. If you want to check that out, it's exclusive in the Shallon Entourage. Click down below, you get access to that, plus my other courses like, hello, my hookup tutorials. I gotta say, blowjob video, second to none. Second to none. Don't make me get testimonials from men in my life. Don't make me get them notarized. I'll get a notary down here. I'll get them with the stamp. Anyway, okay, what else is Diddy doing? Number 3. Isolation. Oh, this is crucial. This is crucial. This is why I hate Meghan Markle. First thing she did with Harry, isolate. Because you want to take people, if you are after power and absolute control, you want to take them away from their historians. You want to take them away from people who are going to go, this isn't you. Hey, you know what? You're not studying anymore. You're not working out anymore. You're not going to church anymore. This isn't you. What's happening? Those people, to a predator, are public enemy number 1. They're the greatest threat to a predator's power, the historians. So you got to get them out of the way ASAP, ASAP. So I'm sure Diddy was like moving her in. Don't you want to stay in your rat trap Bronx apartment or wherever she lived? Don't you want to stay in the Hamptons? You don't need to invite those hood rat friends you grew up with. Cassie could be from Greenwich, Connecticut. I have no idea. But I'm sure this was a spin Diddy had. I would, if I was doing this, that's what I would say. You don't want those friends. Honey, they're holding you back. Let me introduce you to my friends. They're gonna love you. strategic people who are there to reinforce my aims, not my victims, not my targets. They are on my side. Maybe they're on my side out of fear, coercion, bribes, whatever, who cares? They are supporting my goals. They are reporting to me. And that brings me to number 4, surveillance. But we're not quite there yet. Let's keep talking about isolation. How does this look for you? You curate your circle. You remove weak links. Because listen, girl, whatever it is you're striving for in life, you can't take everyone with you. You can't. And I know you have experienced what I've experienced so many times, which is, oh, I thought you were my friend. I thought that when you said, I'm happy for you, I thought you meant it. You didn't mean it. You've been hella jealous of me this whole time. You've been an enemy inside the walls. I didn't know that. And when you find that out and you look back on the advice that those snakes in the grass have given you, the direction they've pointed you in, yeah, keep calling him. Say whatever you feel. Keep drinking. No, let's stay out. Just buy it. You'll always make more money. You realize how toxic and corrosive those people actually were. So when we talk about isolation, first person you need to isolate kind of is yourself. And then you decide who is in your inner circle. And you ask yourself one thing and one thing only. Are these people useful? Shallon, that's so mean. You can't look at people that way. People are looking at you that way. People are looking at you that way. There is only predator and prey in this world. There are herbivores and there are carnivores. They have pointy teeth or they have flat ones like a fucking brontosaurus, okay? Which one are you going to be? And what a gift that you get to decide. A field mouse doesn't get to choose, neither does a great white. You do. So if you're not using your energy to build your dreams, guess what? Someone is using your energy to build theirs. I know because I do it. I have done this. And I'm a pretty nice person, I gotta say. And even I am capable of this. So you need to make sure everyone inside of your circle is there for the right reasons. And are they useful? This doesn't mean like, well, can they put together an IKEA dresser? Can they fund my latest startup? No, it can be, are they useful to my mental health? Are they useful to my spirit? When I get off the phone with them, do I feel better and energized and pumped up? JoJo Siwa dancing pumped up? Or am I like filled with this profound sense of anxiety? Like, what did I say? Did I say something that they might repeat? Are they going to go tell Catherine what I said? Are they making fun of me behind my back? You know that anxiety. It's like nameless, and you tell yourself that you're being paranoid and crazy. I don't think that you are. I think that is your God-given, divine, ancestral, female magic intuition. That is your gift of discernment saying, And you don't need to know why. You don't need to know why. You don't need to have like all this evidence. If you get that vibe, it is a no. It is a no. Don't wait for them to give you evidence. Because guess what? They are sneakier than you are. They are sneaky as fuck. They move through this world as like the bad kind of predator, not like us. Like we're the alpha female. We're trying to build things for the harm of none and the good of all. Not them. They are not a builder. They are a destroyer. You are constructing your life. They're doing the opposite. They are destructing your life. Okay? And the longer you keep them around, well, I've just known them forever. Well, they're just down the street. Okay. Every day you're building something for your own empire. And at night they're like, they're taking it down through one backhanded compliment, one piece of shit ass advice. One time they just like, I just don't have time to help you when you're going through something. That is how they destroy you. So yeah, you need to isolate. And I'm also going to make the case for you isolating the people who are going to be useful to your construction. Okay? You don't want them around those people either, because they're not for you. And you don't want this person you're targeting to be poisoned by your frenemy. You want to get Gretchen Wieners all the way alone. You're going to take Gretchen to a pedicure. You're gonna hype up Gretchen Wieners so that when Regina George is like whispering in her ear, Gretchen suddenly isn't always trying to hear it. She's got another voice now. And this voice is louder, and this voice is doing nice things, and this voice is hyping her up. This voice is love bombing. This voice is seeing her. This voice is yay saying her. What's Regina doing? So let's get to number 4. Surveillance. Yeah. Diddy kept a pretty close eye on Cassie. I'm sure he was like reading her phone, and he was also paying for the cars and the Ubers. Like, she didn't probably just get in her car and go wherever she wanted. Oh, I'm going to get you a driver, his driver, controlling the narrative, controlling her movements. I cannot even imagine what it took for her to stand up and get out of that situation. Because they were on and off for 11 years. And again, like, God bless that trainer, her husband. God bless that man to go up against Diddy, where like all of these other people were like, and this guy's a fucking personal trainer, right? Who the hell is he? What clout does he have? What weapons are in his arsenal? None. He was literally just a good person. And he's like, I am not watching this. Nope. I like thank God for her, and to be a support system for her. But you know what? At the end of the day, she's got to be the one making those decisions. Like I said, this isn't like a yay Alex Fine video. Like, yay Alex Fine. But I mean, it is her that is taking the risk. It is her that is packing the bag and walking away. And that is a tremendous thing. We know how hard it is to walk away from a non-violent fuckboy who you just like, you don't love. And he's not also like the linchpin of your career and all of your fame. And he's not maybe murderously dangerous. You just really kept thinking it was going to work out. And you're just waiting for it to be sweet again, because you know how sweet he can be. You've seen it. That wasn't a lie. Surely that was not a lie. You just have to get back there. You just have to look good again, or blow him one more time, or I don't know, but you'll figure it out because it's worth it, right? Right? We've been there. And that's pretty minor compared to what Cassie's gone through. So it's incredible. How can you make surveillance work for you? Keep an eye on things. Watch everything and everyone, not to control them, but to really observe who is on your side. I say this all the time. When I talk to girls and they tell me about what they're going through and their problems, it is never, I just didn't know. It was, oh, there was writing on the wall. I chose not to read it. People were talking shit about me behind my back. I chalked it up there. It's just a bad day. Or, oh, this person telling me that she's not a reliable reporter. I'm going to shoot the messenger. Oh, those texts on his phone, I'm sure that didn't mean anything. People are constantly showing you who they are. They almost like want to get caught. It's weird. Are you brave enough to see it? Boundaries. We love that word, boundaries. Don't mean a hill of beans if you're not going to enforce them. It's like a hologram fence. It's just like projected onto the grass. It's like, I'm sure it's going to be super effective. You have to be willing to back your threats up. Can you? Will you? I don't know. So you need to observe the people from as a neutral standpoint as possible. And this is where isolation is helpful, right? You want to observe them in a vacuum, but you also want to, again, isolate yourself so that you're not constantly inundated with other messages about anything, really, so that you are in this sort of like vacuum, but in a good way, where you are listening to your intuition, you are listening to your psyche, you are listening to your body. Is it getting that anxiety, nervous response when you're around someone or dealing with them? Or do you feel calmer? You have to be as neutral as possible when you are trying to gain power in this world, right? And it's tough because you want what you're going after, the job, the friend group, the guy, the status, whatever it is. How can you be dispassionate about something you care so much about? That is Machiavellianism. That is literally the definition. Dispassionate strategic neutrality. And it pisses me off that it's got such a bad rap. Why is that a bad thing? Why is that a bad thing? Well, look at what the whole rest of the world wants from you. One thing, girl, compliance. Compliance. Keep sweet. Live, laugh, love. I will live, laugh, leave. How about that? Put that on a fucking wooden sign along the gather. How about that? The world wants your compliance. So yeah, they're going to put Machiavellianism in the same category as being a psychopath or a narcissist and call it the dark triad. I personally reject that. I reject that. When I started dating the person I'm dating, he's like, what do you think you're looking for that like most women aren't? And I said, Machiavellianism. Because I need someone who can see the underbelly of life, understand the rules, and win. It's a cold world out there, and I want someone by my side who is just as strategic as me, if not more so. And he's like, ah. And believe me, he is. I love it. It's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing about him. So observe, record things, document what you see. I literally write it down in a notebook so that you don't get too emotional about something, about someone. You come back to a centered place, the facts. Do not be naive. Remember, predator or prey, there is nothing in between. Aren't you tired of being the prey? I was. So I stopped. Last but not least, one thing Diddy did better than anything else in his little psychotic arsenal, he ruled with fear. Now, Machiavelli, since we're talking about him, asked the famous question in his book, The Prince, is it better to be feared or loved? Should a ruler be feared or loved? And he answered the question, without a doubt, loved. Without a doubt, loved. That's what creates loyalty. Eventually, if it's fear, someone will rise against you. Someone will stand up and say, enough of this shit, right? He's like, however, if you can't be loved, then be feared. But definitely go for love, okay? So Diddy, though, went for fear. I mean, his public-facing image was more love. I mean, it's pretty hard to be a celebrity that curates a persona off of pure fear. I hope that's not what I'm doing. But yeah, that's not a great vibe because you're not a ruler. You're a celebrity. You're an entertainer. You're a court jester. You're an influential person. You are not, in fact, a prince or a king. If you have to keep people in line, yeah, I can see where fear is going to come in handy. But you could definitely make the case that, oh, Diddy was absolutely the king of his own weird, demented castle full of fucking baby oil. The baby oil chateau. Blech. Don't wear shoes. Wear non-slip shoes. Wear those clogs you wore when you were a waitress. Anyway. So how did he get people to keep these secrets? Because what you kind of are realizing as all of this information came out is how many fucking people were in on this, dude? Like how many people saw these things, saw Cassie getting hit, from the security guard at the hotel when she was trying to escape to this male escort, to like the catering staff, the housekeepers, the tailors, the drivers, like people saw this. Why didn't anyone besides the trainer, right, say enough? Enough. Fear. It was not love. Some people, it is love. I think for like maybe people like Taylor Swift, although she is very good at using love. She gives people great bonuses. She pays a lot. And I've heard this from multiple sources. She's a girl's girl, but she is the queen bee. Make no fucking mistake, which is why I think she's going to annihilate Blake and Ryan. I think she will scorch them into absolute ash, and we will never see her hand on it. Yeah. But that's the thing. She is an iron fist inside a velvet glove. She has a ton of power. And it's like, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. I'm going to be really nice to you, and you should be nice to me back. And then it's all going to be great. But if you decide to go against me, I will incinerate you. There will be nothing left for them to find of your life, your career, your reputation, nothing. It's going to be gone. But hey, man, the choice is yours. The choice is yours. And therein lies the spin on Diddy's terror tactics. It's not about menace. It's about mystery. It's about, I actually don't know what she's capable of. And I don't want to find out. So when she suggests something, let's just do it. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do it. Remember, this is a video on how to be evil, right? You're trying to get your way. And of course, you don't want to hurt people along the way, but you're not going to dial down what you want to make everyone around you happy. They are here for you. They are here for you to use for your aims. Because they maybe haven't decided to be predator. Maybe they're still prey. Great. You want people to not necessarily be afraid of you. Like, I'm afraid of what Shallon might do. But you want them to wonder, you know what? If she found out I was talking trash about her at this party, I honestly don't know what she would do. She might not do anything, but she might talk about me with my real name and my photo on the internet. You want people to be in awe of your skills, but also the underside. This is Newton's law. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And Taylor is a great example of this. Sorry, I'm like roped Taylor into this Diddy video. But seriously, like, you can see how like girl she is, but you can also see that look in her eye where don't come for her. Don't fucking come for her. And I love this because this duality should be present. We should not feel like we only have to be like, sweet, we're the girl's girl. No, show them, tell them, hint at it. Let them know who they're dealing with. Yeah, I can be your best friend. I can be your worst fucking nightmare. If you betray me, if you don't hold up your end of the bargain, you will find out. Of course I have that duality. I hate as hard as I love. And I think that is a very smart thing to let people see. You don't have to open that gate a ton and like tell too much about that and be too demonstrative. A few hints here or there, they'll get the message. And if they don't, remember, you have the strength and the dispassion, the Machiavellian neutralness to see that. Oh, she doesn't think I'll do anything. Huh. So that's who you are. And then you will respond accordingly, won't you? Maybe you're going to dial up your tactics a little and you're going to dial down that empathy. So listen, we've been talking about this for a while, but I think we've proven our point. Power's not the problem. It's how you use it. It's power with no boundaries. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. It's when you have decided that I will do whatever I have to do to get what I want. Only you can know where your ethical boundaries are, but if you make a blueprint from the tips in this video, you can literally write out what your boundaries are. Listen, she talks shit about me at a party, I'm not gonna do anything. She comes after a brand deal I have, I'm gonna destroy her. I will destroy her, right? Like, you can make those parameters for yourself. I call it a war map. We talk about it a lot in the Shallontrage. Like, if they do X, I do Y. If this happens, this is my response. When I'm in like a fight situation with someone or something, that is the first thing I do. I write on a huge piece of paper. I literally put it on my wall in my office. I'm looking at one right now, so that I understand what I'm capable of. Where are my lines in the sand? Where are my boundaries? It's great to talk about boundaries. Do you know what yours are? Have you bothered to literally write them down? Bullet point them out, unpack all of them, and most importantly, apply a consequence. If you're not, then it's just a cute little word you heard on the internet. It doesn't mean anything. Powerful strategic people have done this work. Maybe they've literally written it out. Maybe they processed it so fast in their brain that they know it inside and out. Or maybe there is no limit for them. There's no limit for what they'll do, who they will hurt, what they will destroy to get where they want to be. And unless you can understand the tactics that they're using, the rules of the game that they're playing, you will never be anything but prey. For more, click like and subscribe, right? And like I said, you want to travel with me? I promise we don't just talk about evil things when we travel. It's a great girl yap time. Oh, it's so fun. We've got 2 trips. We're going to the south of France for an amazing, glammy, socialite, jet set trip this mid-September. The weather's going to be perfect. I think there's 1 or 2 slots left for that. And in November, we are headed to Rome, Tuscany, and Florence. I know more about Italy and Machiavelli, because he was Italian, and all of that stuff than I do about anything else in the world. Is this useful day to day living in Montana? No. But you get me across the pond, bitch, it's my time to shine. So come, it's time for you to level up. It's time for you to step into the life that you know you want to live. And more importantly, it's time to stop apologizing for wanting that life, because the successful and happy people out there, sorry is not part of their vocabulary. All right, ladies, I will see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.